Art students, here we are back again with another action pose position. So I'm going to flip it this way this time because he's going to be stretched out. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little more. There you go. Maybe you guys can get some good detail out of this one now. If it's not out of my focus, my drawing area. Everybody draws like in a certain area, so I tend to push forward and pull back. Anyway, so I'm gonna do this pose as soon as I get a drink of water. Dry throat, I guess I could have cut that out. So anyway, let's get started. First of all, I'm visually seeing the exact size that I need. Hopefully I won't go off. And then you start with the torso, which is not a circle, more of an oval, but he's going to be leaning. He's going to be leaning with his legs stretched out. It's kind of like an action pose, a battle kind of pose, and I may end up giving him a weapon. I'm not sure yet. So we're gonna turn him to the side. So a lot of times if I'm doing the torso and I'm leaning it over, if I'm doing the torso standing straight forward, this is what I'll do. I'll do this shape, that, and that. So, you know, I have that. So if I'm leaning it forward, you have to look at this and take this part at the top and kind of change it. So if I'm going to lean something forward, I'll do this, which is this. This is what you see up here. And then whatever's leaning forward, I'll do that below. So it almost like makes this flat and this round. So it's kind of like if you do this and you cut the top of the thing off, it's kind of like what I do. And then whenever you need to put the head, you put the head in there. And then of course the shoulders will make it round after that. But that's like the only time I'll do the head, almost not last. If I'm bending somebody over or if I'm doing a woman, you know, if I do a female, I need to know how big her head is compared to the shoulders that I just drew. So just remember that. Anytime you bend something over, you're gonna do this oval, and I'll just kind of imagine it's flat, and then do that piece just like this, just like if you took a whatever and cut the top of it off. All right, so we're gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is, since I'm going to lean it, he's gonna be like this way. So I'm gonna take this part here. That's going to be the shoulders and the delts. That's going to be the traps, the shoulders, the collarbones. It's only one collarbone. And then do this. Now, when I draw slow, I get stiff. So I'm going to try to speed it up, but keep it slow at the same time. So at this part, I'm going to put the head because the center line is going this way. That neck is going to go, that V is going to be like right here at the beginning. Do we need to start again, Brian? That V is going to be right here at that center line. So that means that head is going to be right over here, right in there. Now I might drop that head down a little bit more. I might raise it up. We'll see as we go along. So this is going to be my shoulder. So the shoulder is going to be right here. One shoulder is going to be right here. One delt is going to be back here because your collarbone is going to be here. This is going to be like the back, and then you have the traps. The traps go right up into the neck. So you're going to have this lump right here, and then the collarbone is going to connect right there, leaving this little kind of a U shape. And then your delts go right there, kind of in the center of that U shape. Okay, so the same thing here. So here's my traps. Where's my blue? You guys can get a little better. Better something when I use my blue. Here it is. All right, so collarbone right here, collarbone right here. And then of course the center of that is where I put the traps. So the traps go around the back as well. Traps. Delts go around the back. The center is here, but it goes way back here and just a little bit in the front. So same thing here. Whenever you do this, there's a diamond shape. I usually just use that diamond shape like that. This is a diamond. Like that. I'm not trying to make it too dark to screw it up. So again, if you remember that your delts fall right off your collarbone like that, no matter how you tilt it, the character, if you tilt it down, if you're straight up, I'm backing up. This was never meant to be in there, but since I draw, I try to teach you guys the best way I can. When you draw straight up, if he's straight up looking at you, he's like, hi, hi, hello. He's looking right at you. But if he leans down like, yeah, I'm about to attack you. So this is going to start to go more into a V. The deeper down it goes, the more into a V it goes, and the more of the diamond shape that you have. So I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, let me just keep drawing this. It was really good, but I forgot to say. So what was I going to say? What was that? This V. Oh, the delts. Yeah, delts. The delts are round, and this is going to be like the center. It falls in the center of the delts. So no matter how you angle that drawing that you do, wherever that collarbone goes at the end, your delt is going to go as well. Okay. So right here, you're going to have this V for your neck, depending on how. I need a sandwich. Depending on where your head is going to be, you have this V, and usually I'll do this because that's that hole where your neck just shoves right down into your shoulders. So my head is going to be somewhere. Let me use this pencil. Somewhere around here. I mean, I can have it up, I can have it down, but you don't take it down too much. So let me just take it up using this pencil. And then, of course, your neck is going to come down into that V. Now, if your neck was down further, breaking out the colors. I'll just use it, Brian. Just use it. So if the neck was going to be your head was going to be down further, it would be covering up that V. And it's deeper into the shoulder now. I don't want to draw on it too much because you'll lose what I'm trying to say. Hopefully you can remember that. So, because this guy's tilted over, I'm going to shift him. So it's going to be there, and I'm going to bring that out just a little bit more. And his arms are going to, this arm is going to be back. So when you pull your arm back, I know you can't see, when you pull your arm back, it's going to your chest. I'm holding my chest. Your chest is going to be pulled. The same thing as it's, why? I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to cut this. The same thing as if, I guess, you put your arm up. That chest is going to pull up like that. Whereas that one's going to, if your arm is down, it's going to stay that square-ish shape. But if you put that arm back, you bring the collarbone, you pull the arm, that's going to pull as well. So just remember that when you're drawing your characters with the arms back, because back in the day, I used to have my chest the same way every time, all the time. So this arm is going to go back, or this delt is going to go back, which means this arm is going to be pulling back. So that is going to just bring it around and then kind of down right into that center. It's pulling now. Whereas this arm is going to be forward. So let me get to the arms later. Let me get the rest of the body. So this is the chest, right? It's going to go here, come up into that delt. And then you're going to have this part, since he's bending over, you're going to see this side where your ribs are going to come. You're not going to see that side. Maybe a little bit more out, because you're going to have that mountain, which you're not going to see, but you're going to see the curve of that rib cage right here. Then I'm going to put my, what do you call that? The tuna can. I haven't been doing this. I've been using my 21st Century Stickman for a minute, but I wanted to just do the tuna can again to stick that back in there. And if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, you have to go back and check out some of my other videos where I show you the names and the parts of the body that I use. And then we're going to put the upside down house. Remember, this is going to curve around. So wherever this center line is, that's going to be where the center of your crotch is going to be, like that. Now, if I was doing the 21st Century Stickman, it would be more like this. Since you're seeing some of the side of this, it would be like this. But I wanted to get that his waist in there. I wanted to get his waist in there to give him that bent down, that bent over position. So I'm gonna bring him over a little bit more. So this is gonna come this way, and this is gonna come not out too much. Now I'm gonna bend the leg and throw the leg down here, throw the other leg down here. So this has gotta come down. So what I'm gonna do is, since this whole thing is an oval, a circle is rounded like that. Can you see that? Your abs are going to come around just the same way, just like this. Okay, and then you just kind of like square them off. So since he's leaning down, his abs are going to come down the same way too. And because it's bending over, I don't know if I can give you an example. You're not going to see, let's try it. I don't know. I'm just as I go. As he's bending over, you're not going to see this part because he's bending over. So you're just going to see the top part of this ab, and you'll understand what I'm drawing. So coming around, this is a circle. Keep it on camera. You're going to come around like that. So if I'm drawing that whole oval, that's going to be it. So the second ab is going to come down here, and because it's kind of scrunched up, it's going to be more of that triangle shape. And you're not going to see the other set because he's bent over. So it's going to be like this, following that center line. So this is going to be here. This one's going to disconnect right there. And the other one, which you really won't see. But it's kind of weird because if you're drawing clothes, you won't see it anyway. So again, if you're doing the serratus, you do from like the hip coming up to here, and your serratus muscles are going to be over in here, and your lats are going to be right behind that. So, but I'll get into that later. I'm still trying to get the body without giving you guys too much detail. So we've got that. That's the most important part. You have the torso. And let me bring that chest out a little bit more. Going back to my red. The most important part is the torso. And then after that, you're good to go. Because the arms and the legs are just ovals and triangles or cones. So I'm going to put, and if you watch cartoons, to give cartoons more action, let's just say I'll do his waist and then his hips. His waist and hips. To do more action, they'll do something like this for the legs. They'll bring the legs out, just as much as dynamically possible as they can in cartoons to give it more of a dramatic effect, and then they will actually put the shape to it. But you do that when you're doing like over the top dramatics. Same thing with the arms. If I'm going to do the arms, the arms are like that. Hey, that's a drawing of its own. So I'm going to do the legs now. So that's going to be the center, and I'm going to do this one leg. No, not making it too long. And then this other leg is going to go like down. So it's going to have that kind of same feel, except this one is going to be more straight. And you can't see me because I'm leaning all in my chair trying to get this done and still keep it in camera focus. So, and then, if you need to, use your stick figure, the 21st century, use the stick figure thing. And that might help you to get your drawing down more better. I don't know why I keep pushing this up. I'm gonna have to adjust my camera since I'm drawing. How am I drawing? I'm drawing here. I'm just pushing it up more. Just turn your paper, Brian. Okay, so this arm is going to go back. So you're not going to see too much of this bicep, tricep. Where's my blue at? Because I've got too many lines. You're not going to see much of this bicep, tricep right here. Then I'm going to cock this arm back. And you can use the cone, as I said, and then chop off your wrist where you want your fists. That rhymes. So doing a quick fist is, the thumb is square like this, a little square here. That goes up into this frowny face, and you turn it into a Y. And then this is going to be your knuckles, your fists, your front of your hand, and then your front of your hand, your front of your, God, Brian, keep on going, your front of your fingers, and then the turn right there. So you have the front and you have your turn right there. And that makes for a good fist, because if you look, where is it? You have the fist, and you have this, and then you have this little Y here, this little Y letter Y. So I'll just bring this up and turn that into a Y. Here's your thumb. If you need the rest of your thumb, you want to curve it around. Depending on how close the fist is to you, you want to do that because it comes around, and then you have your palm, whatever, this round part here, and then it goes into the wrist. Now, this is a fist, but this is a more powerful kind of when you bend it down, just so when you're drawing your characters, don't have you just drooping down like that. Give it a more powerful by bringing it in a little bit more. So, okay, I'm gonna do this part right here, and then that. So I want to do the other hand, and if I wanted to put a weapon in it, I can just circle and put a weapon somewhere. I would probably just angle the fist, but I'm not. Maybe put one in his front hand. So we have this, the delt cuts across here. Let me get my pen. If you're doing your delt is shaped like this. Your delt, of course, you got your collarbone and you have your delt, but it comes across the chest just like that, and then you have your arm. So however you turn your delt, it's going to cut across your chest like that. But it is just basically an indentation of the muscle. It's not really a real line, it's just more of an indentation. So going back to my red, I want to put that arm out. So this is going to come up and go to that point. That arm is going to come, that bicep is going to come right from wherever that point is. That bicep is going to come up, and the tricep is going to be behind it. So you can basically easily just do a cylinder. If you get stuck doing any body part, go back to your basic shapes. You know, I'll do the oval because I know what I'm doing, but if you get stuck, do your cylinder, and then do your circle again, and then put the other part of the arm where you want to put it. Something I was going to say, and again, it just ran out of my head. So let's finish the legs move. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Depending on how you want to get that ugly eraser out of here, if I am going to bring that arm forward or backward, it all determines on how, I'm seeing which one I'm going to use. Like if I'm going to take this arm forward, I'm going to, using the cylinder, okay? You know you're looking into that cylinder, so it's going forward. You're going through and coming out in the back. The other way around, well, I guess you could, no? It's forward, you're going out. One of those drawing days. So anyway, what I'm saying is the more you bring that arm forward or back, the more opening you're going to see. So if I take this arm and I want to bring it like really forward, I'm just going to have that back circle, front circle right here, like that. Now if I'm going to go back, I want the arm to go backwards, I'm going to have that front circle and the back circle like that. So if I'm going to do the other part of the arm, same thing. Circle, circle, that arm is going back. If I'm bringing this forward, I'm going to have that back circle and front circle right there. So it depends on how much the arm is going, where's my camera, is going to be pointing at you, determines how long your sides are going to be, how long that's going to be. So if I wanted this guy to be pointing directly at me, here's my delt. Your delt is always going to be there. That's a given. It's going to be there. So right off the edge of that collarbone. So if I want this guy pointing directly at me, and I'll move it up just because I'm going to have that front circle, and then I'm going to have that back circle like that. So that thing is pointed directly at me. So if I want to put the fist, because most times when you have something directed at you, all of this other stuff is going to be covered up because that fist becomes so big, it covers up everything else. So I'm going to put that fist like that. You're not going to see the other part that I just showed you. I don't know why am I blanking out. Is this going through my paper or is it just me? So that's a lot of times I have trouble with the arms and legs as in what position I'm going to put them in, because you can change, you can use this body and you can put the arms and legs in so many multiple different positions. You can have 100 different drawings from just that, and just changing the arms. I can put his arms both out, pointing at you, like he's shooting, you know, a ray or whatever, a beam, or, you know, his energy blast or whatever. So doing the calf, you know, the calf is the fat part, so just easy to draw a circle. Keep that line on the back, on the front of that circle, and then bring this line in. And then you have your calf and your leg, the lower part of your leg, and then you can have your foot, however. And then this one, which is too long, but a lot of anime does, they'll do that. They'll overstretch stuff to make it look more exciting or dramatic. That's what I'm trying to say. Usually I'll judge my leg by this muscle here, which I still don't really know the name of yet. And then my knee, and then this. So you have this comes in, and there's an in and out, and I'll show you that, because it comes in, comes out, in, out, and in. It's weird, because this is your shin bone. So you're gonna have this meat that's over top of the knee, and it goes in, and you have your calf right here. So this is gonna be right there at your ankle. And I have to pull back to see if I am getting this too long. And this is gonna come out like that, and then you have your foot there. So almost there. And I have been doing a lot of, I don't say a lot, I've been doing, let's just say a lot, because I don't know another word for it, of TikTok. I've been doing some TikTok drawings. My daughter got me hooked on TikTok. So if you want to go check that out, it's kind of long. I'll have the address link. Okay, y'all, this is, you know what I'm saying. This is not the best drawing description day. It's a good drawing day, but it's not me for telling you guys things, because I just forgot what I was gonna say. TikTok, the address, the link is gonna be below. I'm doing these kind of lessons. Of course, I'm drawing without all the talking and rambling. So it's just usually, I think the longest one is probably maybe like 4 minutes. So you can just see how I do it in 4 minutes. It's kind of fast drawing without all the talking. So yeah, TikTok, go check it out. So if you want to learn quickly, I'm going to adjust that foot, because that just is bugging me. So for now, let's get the hands. It's 22 minutes, not too shabby. So we're going to do this. Oh, and your shoulder, bring that shoulder down. You're going to have this. This is your trap right here. Trap. I done drew all over everything. Here's your head. Here's your neck. Comes down to that V right here, which goes right to your collarbone, your delts. This leftover, which I always make it a little wider, you're gonna have this lump like this. It's a lump, and it actually goes up in behind the neck. That's your delts, your traps. This is your delts, this is your traps. And your neck just comes down here. You have these two muscles that come behind your ears that go up to basically behind your ears, and your traps are like this from the back, kind of like this. It goes up a little higher though, but like kind of like that. So you get this, and then it leaves like this little diamond shape in there or there. So going from the outside is my neck, and then this you got your Adam's apple and some more junk there. Then your trap is going to come down. It's going to come out like this, like that. And like I said, you have this little diamond shape right there, which connects to your collarbone. Some muscle connects to the collarbone. And then you have your delt, which, as I say, here's your chest. Your delt cuts across just like that, cuts across, and then your arm comes from under there. This is your bicep, this is your tricep from that point. Again, your delts like that, bicep, tricep, goes up here, and then you have the rest of your body, which comes down the tunnel, which is your, you know what, I'm just gonna put some music on and stop talking. So yeah, once you learn the muscles, it becomes easy to draw. It's just repetition, just draw over and over and over. And I'm gonna have a video on just how to learn the quickest, and it's just about having fun So I'm going to show you how to do that. So how you can do something and you continue to do it by doing this one fun thing that I'll show you how to do. So, okay. Here's my delt. Yeah, delt, right, delt. I'm going to put my arm forward a little, I guess, down. So this is going to be my opening. It determines how much opening you see, determines how much is pointing towards you. Here we go. This is what I have this for. You have this, it's this way. If it goes up, you see a little bit of the opening. You see a little bit of the opening. The more it comes up, the more opening you see, the shorter this is going to get until you just see the opening. So it depends on how much this is aiming at you. That's why I say if you can't get it, go back to the basics. It's just two cylinders. Well, cylinder and a cone. All right, Brian, don't play. No, down, over. So you can either put that arm up, fist. You can put that across, fist, or whatever good weapon, or down, and whatever. Definitely not gonna put it up. That's more of a block. I could put it here, right here. It'd be more of a block too. Like if he's a kung fu fighter, his hand would be right here, and he'd be blocking. But I'm going to put it somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to use that cone. But you got to get it to where it's the best kind of action. I do kind of like this being up like that. Let's try it in blue. So if he is like blocking something, or he's like the fighter, I don't want him to be like he's on the phone like, hello, I'll be home late, Mom. It's going to be, you got jokes, Brian. It's going to be more like that, which, nope, don't like that. And as I said, this is the hard part about arms and doing positions. If you are having trouble with doing positions, trap, I'll bring this up more because it's down too far. Do your position yourself. Get in front of the mirror and do a position. Do a bunch of positions as best you can, and that'll give you a starting point. You know, if you were fighting, ninjas or whatever, and you had to take a stance, how would that stance look? And then you have a better idea of what you want to do. All right, one more time. Let's just it's an oval. And I'm going to just put this right in front. So this is why you do the cone. So if I'm going to put this arm right in front, I'm going to do your back circle and my front circle right here. And that's my cone. And then I can put my hand, however, on that. So we got my cone here. So we got this. Let's adjust this a little bit, give him some tricep, make that bicep a little more defined. And then this is going to come to here. This is going to be this part, the forearm and your wrist right here coming around. And then I can put a fist. He could be holding a weapon. He wouldn't be holding it up and down. He could hold it up and down. He can do what he wants to do. He's himself. Or I could put the fist like that in the front, and he's holding a weapon like that. Or I could just do a fist and there won't be any weapon, and then you just can end the video. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna put a fist this way. And doing the fist this way is you have your front of your fingers, and you'll see this going back kind of like almost like a triangle. So here's my front of my fingers. This is going back like this. And you see 1, 2, 3, and depending on where your thumb is, your thumb could be this way. It's going to come down and over and around the bottom. And as you know, you have to round these off, and this goes up and curve like that. I know that's a big mess, but like this, and you see the back. Let's do this in blue. And I'll ink this off camera and then just show you the final product like that. So this is going to be his fist. The fist a little bit bigger. The palm right there. That finger is going to go, each finger goes in a little bit more. So this one's going to come out, this one's going to go down, this one's going to go in, and this one tucks up under. It tucks up under. Turn that hand. It tucks up under. You see how this one goes forward, this one comes down, this one goes back, this one goes back. So if you draw those lines like that, every time you draw a fist from the side-ish, you get it to look more powerful. And I said this tucks under, and you see this meat right here, and in certain angles you see this piece too, but it always tucks under and leaves this meat right there, depending on the size of the fist that you are drawing. And your knuckles. So this is going to come down. This is going to turn into that part. Bring this bicep here, and I'll give just a little bit of flesh right there. Tricep, I'll bring it back a little bit into that delt. Bring it here, make the bicep round. Tricep is coming here because this muscle actually goes right up. It comes here and it goes right up in between the bicep, tricep, only when you're crazy strong. So we have my elbow, the bone under there, and that. So let's work with that foot, and then I'll see if I can make heads or tails of this. All right, so what I want to do with the foot, I don't want to put the foot flat. Let's put the foot sideways, like that. Because he's kind of like stepping out. He's like, maybe somebody's, blasting something at him. He's like dodging out the way. You can't see that because that's a light blue. Maybe somebody's blasting, some whatever, and he's stepping out the way real quick. He's like, huh, why did I just make that noise? I don't know. And your inner ankle is higher than your outer ankle, so I usually just do this little round part, and then I put my ankle here and my ankle down there, like that. This leg will probably be too long tomorrow when I look at it. That's why I always say walk away from your picture. It's getting longer by the second. But then again, it's comic books. Maybe I'll adjust it. I don't know. I'll walk away later. So basically, you have that. So let me do this with this head. Let me see if I can drop this head a little bit more. You don't want to take the chin too far past the collarbone. I would use a pencil, but I'm not going to be able to see it in my light. So let's just do this. The more you drop the head, the more action you get to. So if I put the top of his head right here, and I bring his head down, without doing a magic trick and making his head fall off of his shoulder like they do, I'll lift it up just find your chin first. Find your point of your chin. Let me do this. I have to turn my light on. Sorry. And let me get a drawing pencil. Find where your chin is going to go. And that should determine the rest of your head. Just bring it up just a little bit more than I had it. And that is kind of weird because you have this all the shoulder's going to have to come down. Just drop that a little bit. Drop that shoulder a little bit. Just a tiny bit. And I can keep that head kind of where it is. As I said, I might change it later. I'm going to walk away from this and then come back and check it out. Muscles in the calf, and I would do all this detailed stuff later. And this is basically what I'll give you on TikTok, just like this quick drawing without detail. And I will come back just like this one I did. This was like the last one I did on TikTok, showing you how to do a quick woman. And later on, I will come back and I will detail it on TikTok. I'll detail it fast motion and then show you the final product. So this is going to be it for the rough, and I will ink this off camera. And then I will be back and show you the final product. And I kind of like that because maybe I'll have I'm actually dodging that, and the holes in the ground, it's hitting, the little things are hitting. because he's all of that, and you have one in front of him. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see. All right, I'll be back in a second. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I am back, and I did adjust that leg just a hair, or just, yeah, pull it in just a little bit. So I'm gonna ink this, but it's gonna be on fast. I'm gonna fast motion it and just kind of pray for the best. So let's go. All right, that's gonna be it for this thing. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this. I can sit here and keep on inking and mess it up, but I'm gonna leave it as is. I try to just ink just the basics, because I don't want to put a lot of shadow and so forth, because I'm not good at shadow, the hatching and so forth yet. I'm not happy with it. I can do it, I'm just not happy with it. So I'm rambling. I'm gonna end this video right here. As I say, check out my TikTok, cut off the light because I can't see, I'm old. And yeah, if you're liking this stuff, give me a thumbs up. And also leave a comment so that YouTube can say, yeah, that Brian guy, he's a really good artist. So that's going to be it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know what else to say, but if I say something, I'm going to ramble. So see ya.